This is the second women's Supa Liga match of the day, where we see the West Coast Cobras in the green kit against the Western Devils in the white kit. Team lineups for today. We have West Coast Cobras number 1, Annie Leyland, number 3, Sarah Ranieri, number 12, Melissa Shepherd, number 10, Charlotte Hislop, number 32, Eleanor Bates, number 11, Lauren Continaboli, number 24, Quinn Duan, number 29, Jana Ridley, and number 22, Kim McCartney. For the Western Devils FC, number 42, Lindsay McDowell, number 1, Becky Masail, number 37, Penelope Clayton, number 38, Erica Chilcott, number 36, B. Wan, number 15, Taya Coughlin, number 39, Erin Hanaway, number 41, Laura Waltman, number 27, Nina Borman, and number 13, Talia Organ. Leyland on the ball right now, playing a big ball over the top to Melissa Shepherd. Little playback for Continaboli. Bates on the ball. Ball in the middle, back to Shepherd. Ranieri, and the ball from Ranieri, cut out by Wan. Giving the Devils FC possession back. Clayton perhaps thought that Wan was making that run out wide. Little flick down the line to no one. Bates, ball over the top for Continaboli, and that's a great ball and a great touch from Continaboli. Winning herself a corner kick. My apologies to anyone joining us live. Okay, I'm well known for not being good with the timer. I'll try my best. Organ on the ball. Sends it across to Chilcott. Back to Wan. Wan looking forwards. On a bit of miscommunication again between Wan and Clayton. Ball from Wan sent behind Penelope Clayton. Continaboli. Shepherd against Clayton. Back to Continaboli. On the run. It's a good idea from Continaboli and Bates, the run from Bates between Organ and Chilcott, but Organ easily read the move and just had to stick her foot out to intercept the pass. Bates. Nice ball down the line for Continaboli. It's great defending by B1. B1 in the middle, dispossessed by Shepherd. Chilcott with a great tackle. Little touch to Wan, Organ. Chilcott, Devils still moving forwards, backwards now to Penelope Clayton, slowing the game down. Ball through, looking for Wan, cut out by Continaboli, and the shot from Wan to the hands of Annie Leyland. Plays a nice easy ball to Bates. Continaboli. Bates now on the ball through the middle. Way too hard for Shepherd to control. Not even sure if Bates wanted Shepherd to control that ball, or she was trying to look for the next pass to Sarah Ranieri, making a run forwards. It's a Devils FC free kick right now. I think there was a little shirt grab in that last little scuffle. Penelope Clayton plays the ball into Melissa Shepherd. Bit of panic coming from the West Coast Cobras. Ball from Bates. Slightly too hard, slightly too far in front of Hislop. Ball from Clayton to Organ. B1 now. Plays Organ. Little left foot shot from Organ. Well taken care of by Annie Leyland. Bates now. Big ball across the court. Hislop Another big touch. Sending the ball out this time. Hislop against Clayton. Ball in the middle. Coughlin. Coughlin does well defensively against Bates. Ridley on the court now for the West Coast Cobras. She's the West Coast Cobras' top goal scorer. I think she's second top goal scorer in the league at this moment, behind Penelope Clayton, who's actually playing for the Western Devils side on the ball right now. A nice little touch from Clayton to Organ for the shot. McCartney on the court. Continent Bally. Ball a little bit too far in front of Ridley and McCartney. Ridley on the ball. Oh, it's a great screen from Ridley, stopping Shilcott from being able to attack Continent Bally on the ball. Continent Bally. Touch forward, a little bit too far out of her feet, giving Clayton a chance to almost pick at it. McDowell now on the court, and a great run through from McDowell with no West Coast Cobras defenders following her. It's a good save from Annie Leyland. Plays out McCartney. Oh, and McCartney's ball just rolls under the foot of Melissa Shepherd. I think every futsal player has definitely accidentally let a ball run under their foot at some point. That's a yellow card we're seeing pulled out for Talia Organ from the Western Devils FC side. She put a bit too much weight into that shoulder to shoulder against Melissa Shepherd. McCartney on the free kick. Little 1-2 with Shepherd. McDowell does well in the ball, blocking the shot. McDowell now pressing out. Organ against Hislop. Ridley against Coughlin. Hislop plays a ball in the middle. And the ball from Shepherd to Ridley just cut out by Coughlin. Ridley's on the side kick in. Plays back to Hislop. Hislop saw where McCartney was, looked down just as she kicked the ball and didn't see McCartney make the run forwards. Annie Leyland. Little ball for McCartney. Hislop against Coughlin. Does well holding the ball up. Nice little pass back to McCartney. Ball in the middle for Ridley. We know that Ridley's dangerous in those pivot positions, and the Devils have done well to win themselves possession. That's a great ball from Clayton to McDowell. Just sending it about a metre right of the post. Excellent little counter-attack from the Western Devils. Hanaway stepping on the court for the Western Devils. Shepherd across the court to McCartney. Little ball in the middle looking for Ridley. Ball over the top from Clayton looking for McDowell. It's a little bit too high and long for where McDowell was standing on the court. Leyland. Bates back on the court for the West Coast Cobras. Nice little check run from Bates. Ball across for Shepherd. That's a beautiful ball down the line from Shepherd. McCartney just struggles to get onto the end of that ball. Ridley against Clayton. Hanaway. Clayton again. Nice little 1-2. Great defending from Eleanor Bates for the West Coast Cobras. Shepherd on the ball. Plays McCartney. Oh, McCartney looking for the ball. Diagonal to Bates. Cut out by Clayton. And Clayton we know is dangerous in these areas. You never want Nellie Clayton on the ball in your defensive third. Wins herself a corner kick. B1 back on the court for the Western Devils FC. Oh, that's a good idea from Nellie Clayton. Little flick through the middle for Hanaway. Ball sent out off the West Coast Cobras, giving the Western Devils a side kick in. Clayton against Shepherd. Bates jumps into the tackle. Does well to keep the ball out, and now West Coast Cobras on a counter. McCartney gets around McDowell, ball across the face. Messiah does well to stop it from getting to the feet of Ridley. Bates cut off by Hanaway. Oh, and it looks like B1 might have gotten winded in that tackle. Ran into the back of Melissa Shepherd. Definitely no free kick in that tackle. Melissa Shepherd took the ball under her foot and turned her back, moving the ball away from one. Maybe just wasn't quite expecting it. Ran into the back of her ribs first, I believe. McDowell on the ball. Clayton plays one, wide to Hanaway. Little run from one. The ball from Hanaway down the line. Just sent out for a West Coast Cobras kick in. Ranieri back on the court. Bates trying to play a big ball over the top for Continental. Cut out by Clayton. And my life just flashed before my eyes as that ball from Ranieri plummeted into my desk. Bates, nice ball down the line for Continental, and that still ends up with the ball at her feet somehow after almost giving away possession to Hanaway. Oh, and that's an excellent diagonal ball from Continental. Unfortunate for Sarah Ranieri, not quite able to get her foot on it. Clayton plays the middle to McDowell. Hanaway on the right. Big diagonal ball cut out by McCartney to Ranieri. Great movement of the ball by the West Coast Cobras. Nice little read by B1, cutting it down the ball down the line. Oh, nice little ball in the middle to Continental. Ranieri maybe should have just put her foot on the ball and held it up for an extra second, giving Continental time to get in place for that one too. Little back roll from Ranieri. Bates on the ball. Continental. McCartney on the right with lots of space. Little flick into the middle for Continental, cut out by Clayton. Clayton just touched it a little bit too far. Can't quite keep it in just to keep possession of the ball. Bates on her left foot. I believe she is a left-footed player. It's a great position for her to be in on the ball. Ranieri. It's Bates. McCartney. Back to Bates. Bates again. McCartney, a little flick over top. Just touches Shilcott. Cobras still retain possession through Bates. Continental against one, and that's a great little touch into the middle from Continental for the run of McCartney. Excellent defending from the Western Devils, stopping McCartney getting on the end of that ball. Ranieri, shot blocked by Organ. Continental on the ball again. Ball in the middle for the shot from McCartney, just over the bar. That's a big throw from Messiah. Ranieri couldn't quite get the ball under control, sent it out for a Western Devils side kick in. Coughlin with a little flick down the line for the run of Shilcott. Shilcott back to Coughlin. Organ on the left against Renurian. That's a great left foot shot from Talia Organ for the Western Devils. From this replay, Talia Organ just takes it around onto her left foot. I don't think Sarah Ranieri was quite prepared to block a left foot shot. She'll know from now on that Talia Organ is very confident shooting on her left. Messiah, big ball to Organ. Organ just slightly misread that ball. Bates against McDowell. West Coast Cobras moving the ball quickly now. Feeling a lot of pressure to get back into this game early. As they're 1-0 down. Flick over the top from Bates. Sent out off Organ. I think there's an issue with the goals. Annie Leyland's ends not quite being on the line. And just stopping the game for a quick second to sort it out. Continental plays Bates with the shot. It's an easy pick up by Messiah. Hislop against Coughlin. Coughlin sends the ball out for Shilcott. Chance now for the West Coast Cobras to even out the score. Ridley back on the court. Oh, and the ball from Ridley. Maybe just coming a little bit too late. Very easy for Shilcott to read what she was about to do. Hislop does well holding up against Coughlin. McDowell against Bates. Plays into the middle for Ridley. We know this is exactly where she likes to be, and that's a great 1-2 between Ridley and Continental. Just sending that shot wide. It's a timeout called by the Western Devils. You get 1 timeout per half, so if you need to use them, it's a good idea to use them all. Looks like Borman might be stepping on the court for the first time in this half for the Western Devils FC. Quite sure if she's holding an injury or... A little bit of a defensive talk from the West Coast Cobras bench. West Coast Cobras with a bit of extra pressure on them, being 1 goal down. You never want to step into the second half down. It's always nice to go in either even or up. Western Devils are in a very comfortable position now. Probably looking to make it a bit more comfortable, extend their lead. West Coast Cobras have had some very good opportunities so far in this half. Been unlucky, sending a few wide, sending a few over the bar, and a few great saves from Becky Messiah. Stopping them from putting the ball in the back of the net. So at this stage, it definitely is anybody's game. It's not a... not a Western Devils dominant game at this point. Borman on the court now, and also Laura Waltman on the court for the Western Devils side for the first time in this half. Waltman now on the ball. Continent Bally, a little pick out from Waltman's feet. Hislop just chucking her feet in. Stopping Clayton moving forwards with the ball. McDowell out here on the left-hand side, very free. Ball from Clayton straight out for a West Coast Cobras possession now. Ridley plays Hislop. Western Devils pressing. Not too high, but definitely not dropping down deep. Borman, a little mistouch. Almost a shot from Hislop. McDowell sends the ball to Waltman. She's pressed very quickly by Melissa Shepherd. Does well to win herself the ball back. West Coast Cobras pressing high. Melissa Shepherd on the ball. On Continaboli. Just a little bit slow to get in front of Borman and get to that ball. Continaboli on the ball. Ridley moving high. Shepherd against Waltman. Ball to Hislop. Oh, and the ball to the middle to Ridley, cut out by Waltman. Clayton now on the left-hand side. Just runs the ball out. Western Devils pressing quite high, leaving a lot of space in behind for McCartney to 1v1 with Borman. They've done well to get back defensively. Great recovery from the Western Devils. Oh, and my apologies. I know I did promise that I would be better with the clock in this match, and I've already let everybody down. There is currently a minute 40 left on the clock, of stop clock. Big ball over the top from Messiah for Borman. Borman against McCartney. McCartney does well, pushing Borman off the ball. McCartney in the middle to Shepherd. Big ball over the top for Hislop. She's just left a little bit too far out in front of her. McDowell gets the pick off. Bit of a dispute whether there was a foul there. McCartney bringing down Laura Waltman. Clayton on the ball. Taking a little bit too long on that ball. That's a turnover for the West Coast Cobras. McCartney on the ball for the Cobras. Oh, and the ball in the middle. Caught Musile almost off guard. Shepherd now, looking to go around Clayton, gets past her, leaves it for Hislop, and that's a great little 1-2 between Shepherd and Hislop. Nice little play from the West Coast Cobras. Trying to break down some Western Devils defensive lines. Big ball over the top from Messiah. Cut out by McCartney. Falls to the feet of Ridley. Nice little turn. Waltman just got a little touch in there. Sent the ball out. On big block from Nellie Clayton against McCartney. My apologies to everyone watching. Just been informed that I've accidentally left the timeout banner up on the on the screen. It obviously has not been a timeout for that long. Waltman, nice little 1-2 with McDowell. Leyland now with 7 seconds left on the clock. Plays Shepherd short. Shepherd looking over the top. Cut out by McDowell, and that will be it for this first half. Western Devils will go into the second half. 1-0. Goal scorer Talia Organ with an excellent left foot. Can watch that. Great shot from Talia Organ just as we go into the half. Coughlin, ball to Organ. That's the only goal for this match. We'll be back in just a moment with the second half while these teams have their little team talks. See if the West Coast Cobras can get themselves a goal early in the second half, or if the Western Devils will pull away and extend their lead.
Futsal WA has social futsal competitions 5 nights a week, Mount Lawley and West Perth. Whether you're an individual or have a group of mates who want to play, there's a junior, men's, women's or mixed competition that will suit you. Contact us to get involved in futsal, an action-packed sport and the fastest growing sport in Australia.
Welcome back to the Women's Supa Liga match between the West Coast Cobras and the Western Devils FC. So far in the first half, we've seen the Western Devils go up 1 goal with a beautiful left foot shot from Talia Organ. West Coast Cobras not completely out of this game though. A lot of shots, a lot of opportunities coming from their end. Coming into the second half, it's definitely still anybody's game. Ranieri plays Bates. Ball across to McCartney. Nice little touch sideways from McCartney, and that's a great ball through the middle from Ranieri for Bates. Oh, and the ball from Continental across the court to McCartney. Excellent ball and an excellent cutout by B1. Shot from Bates, blocked by Clayton. Ranieri coming in for a dummy. No, left foot shot and it's just hitting the front post off Sarah Ranieri. It's a great left foot shot from her. Ball over the top from Clayton for Organ. Unfortunate for the West Coast Cobras not to have capitalised on that corner setup. I think I was expecting a dummy from Sarah Ranieri. He's not a natural left-footed player. I think the Western Devils were caught off guard expecting a dummy from Ranieri as well, with Bates, a left-footed player, standing behind her. It's excellent play by the West Coast Cobras. Organ now, driving down the right. Ball to the back post, cut out by Annie Leyland. Drops the ball at the feet of Bates. McCartney now, past B1. Continaboli plays herself down the line, wins herself a foul. Had the advantage to play the ball across the face of the goal. Foul will be recorded as a rolling foul, which means it still goes towards the foul count, but the advantage was played. Continaboli sends the ball out for a Western Devils kick in. Organ on the ball. Out to the left to Coughlin. Down the line for Henaway. Nice little pass in the middle for Organ. Just gets it stuck under her foot. Gives the ball back to the West Coast Cobras. Continaboli under no pressure. Nice ball from Bates. Into the middle looking for McCartney. Coughlin down the line for Henaway. Coughlin again. Henaway again against Ranieri. Oh, and that's an excellent vision from Henaway to see the run of Organ down the right-hand side. Beautiful little diagonal ball. Fortunately, Organ just couldn't quite get on the end of it. Bates going forwards. McCartney dropping in. Ball from Ranieri a little bit too long, straight to the hands of Musail. West Coast Cobras pressing up a little bit higher than perhaps they did in the first half. Oh, and great second defending from McCartney, covering. Organ just went around Continaboli. McCartney now on the ball. Ball across for Ranieri. Ranieri looking forwards, looks like she's going to shoot. That's a great block by Shilcott. Continaboli in that bottom position. On the ball now with another shot for the West Coast Cobras. The save from Musail just drops out of her hands. If they'd had a West Coast Cobras player there in that D, they could have picked off that little deflection off Musail, and that's a great goal. Nice team goal for the West Coast Cobras. Little pass from Eleanor Bates to the right post. Nice shot from McCartney. West Coast Cobras back in this game just like that.
I'm standing right next to her.
Shilcott plays the ball left to McDowell.
All right, hang on.
Yes. Shilcott on the ball.
All good?
McDowell plays Organ. Nice little ball in the middle. McCartney pressing Clayton high. I think Clayton wanted a free kick for that one. Oh, and Bates, unaware of the ball coming from McCartney. Leyland luckily cleans it up for the West Coast Cobras. McCartney against McDowell. Another little shot from McCartney, and that's a great follow-up shot from Hislop, putting the West Coast Cobras up 2-1 in this second half from being down 1-0 in the first. Little shot from Hislop at the back post again. Organ on the ball. McDowell, nice little flick in the middle for Clayton. We know Nellie Clayton is dangerous in those areas. She's been defended very well by the West Coast Cobras' Melissa Shepherd. Little touch for Organ from McDowell. Well read by Charlotte Hislop. Again, nice read from Charlotte Hislop. A big kick from Melissa Shepherd, sending the ball way out. Quinn Duan on the court now for the West Coast Cobras for the first time in this match. On the ball now. Hislop, dispossessed by Waltman. Great little tackle from Shepherd, and the ball across. Just falls behind McDowell. Bates, nice ball over the top. Little bit too hard for Hislop to get onto the end of. McDowell against Shepherd. Nice little turn for Organ, and a great 1-2 between Shepherd and between Organ and McDowell, I mean. And that's a great follow-up shot from Laura Waltman. Organ to Clayton. Clayton against Continaboli. Continaboli does well to block the shot. Waltman being directed by her bench to get onto the shot as she's a left-footed player. Oh, and that's a great shot from Waltman. Just over the bar. Leyland plays short to Hislop. Being pressed by McDowell. That's great pressure from McDowell. Not letting Hislop get out. And the timeout's been called by the West Coast Cobras. West Coast Cobras now leading this match. Position they worked very hard for in this second half. And they were working towards in the first half. Only 12 minutes left in this match. West Coast Cobras just need to hold their lead. Western Devils need to put on the pressure. I think the West Coast Cobras will be wanting to sit back and relax for the rest of this half. The Western Devils need to stop them from doing that. Put the pressure on, force the mistakes, win the ball high. Ranieri on the ball for the West Coast Cobras. McCartney, Ranieri. A lot of pressure coming from the Western Devils. That ball over the top from McCartney, just a little bit too long for the run of Ranieri. Messiah. Ball out to Organ. Waltman. Great following by Continaboli, and the ball just goes under her feet and still finds Organ. Waltman with the shot. Great block from Continaboli. Almost a follow-up shot from Borman. Leyland plays the ball long. Oh, and that's an excellent run and shot from Ranieri. Great ball from Leyland. Ranieri on the kick. Oh, and there's a massive gap to Continaboli, and that's a great shot. I believe that was blocked by either Borman or potentially saved by Messiah. Didn't quite see who that ball came off of. Continaboli with another shot. McCartney down the line to Ranieri. Ball's back out to Continaboli. Will she take a third shot? Yes, she will. And it's deflected off Western Devils' Penelope Clayton for a West Coast Cobras corner kick. West Coast Cobras giving themselves a lot of chances to extend this lead. Be disappointing for the Western Devils, who were leading this, coming into this half 1-0, for the West Coast Cobras to get away from them like this. Cobras are looking very solid at this point, moving forwards, finding little gaps in the Western Devils defense. Nice little dummy from Ranieri and the shot from McCartney just over the bar. Messiah plays Borman across the court for Organ. Being pressed by Continaboli. Continaboli pressing Clayton now. Clayton manages to get out of the pressure. Ball down the line, and Clayton almost a 1v1 against Annie Leyland. Ball just goes out over the line before Clayton can get a foot to it. Excellent run from Duan. Moving her defender for space for McCartney to get into. Little touch from Ranieri, keeping the ball in. Almost falls to the feet of Continaboli. Somehow West Coast Cobras have kept possession. I spoke to you soon. Laura Waltman going forwards and Nellie Clayton in that dangerous position. That's a great block by McCartney. Always need to block Nellie Clayton in those positions. Top goal scorer in the league. Ball over the top. Cut out by Clayton. Ranieri making the block this time. And McCartney going forwards. A 2v1, McCartney and Continaboli against Vasile. West Coast Cobras extending their lead to 3-1 over the Western Devils. Another little look at that goal. Great decision from McCartney to play back post to Continaboli. Western Devils really need to start picking up their pace, moving the ball, picking apart the West Coast Cobras defense. They've gotten a few shots off in this half, but I would say probably half the amount that the West Coast Cobras have gotten so far this half. Ball from Bates to Shepherd. It's a great tackle by Coughlin. Ball into the middle for Borman. Waltman being held up by Bates. Borman now. Waltman again on the ball in the middle. Down the line for Coughlin. Nice little ball in the middle for Organ against Hislop. And that's a nice little toe touch from Hislop, stopping Organ getting into a shooting position. Ball from Coughlin into the middle for Organ again. This time Organ gets the turn and to the back post. Borman just can't quite get to that post before Shepherd. Hislop, a little bit of a fumble on the ball. Ball from Bates over the top to Continaboli. Continaboli against Coughlin. Back to Bates with the left foot. Ball just pops out in front of Melissa Shepherd. Wasn't quite ready for the ball. Missed opportunities like that, not quite a big deal for the West Coast Cobras at this point, as they were coming into this half. So they now have a 1-goal cushion lead. Shilcott plays the ball back to Coughlin, into Organ. Organ against Bates. Ball's back to Coughlin. The top. Continaboli with a great tackle. She's 1v1 against Shilcott. Waltman legging it to get back. It's great recovery from the Western Devils side. Timeout has now been called by the Western Devils in this second half. Opposite talks probably happening on either side of the bench that were happening at half time. Western Devils now find themselves down. Western Devils leading the ladder. This definitely isn't a position that they're used to being in. Six minutes left in this half. 4 minutes regular time, 2 minutes of stop clock. Plenty of time for the Western Devils to catch up to the West Coast Cobras. Have a feeling the Western Devils are going to go 5th man straight from the timeout. It looks like Taya Coughlin will be stepping into the goal for the Western Devils side. It's a good tactic from the Western Devils. A game like this, it was very even-sided in the first half. Cobras have gone up. Tactics need to change at this point. Something needs to happen to give the Western Devils the advantage they need to catch up to the West Coast Cobras lead. Looks like Penelope Clayton will be running this 5th man play in the fixo position. Shilcott wide. Colin on the other side. On that diagonal ball, they're just giving Colin all the space in the world between Hislop and Ranieri. Luckily for the Western Devils. Luckily for the West Coast Cobras. Hislop managed to get a little tackle in on Colin. Was fouled just as she was trying to take the shot on an empty goal. Shepherd on the free kick. Clayton in front. Ranieri, little touch back to Bates, and that's a big touch from Bates. Luckily, West Coast Cobras keeping possession through Shepherd. Great little leave by Ranieri for Shepherd. Hislop. I'm not sure if she was shooting or just trying to release some pressure there. Don't know why I should be releasing pressure that high on the court. High potential that was a shot from Hislop. Hanaway, ball in the middle for McDowell. A little bit too hard for McDowell to get full control of the ball. West Coast Cobras just playing the ball around in their own half. Plenty of time. Don't really need to go forwards at this point in the game. Hislop does well to keep the ball in, keep possession. Shepherd, Ranieri, Shepherd. Everybody's making a move forward from the West Coast Cobras. Bates in the middle. Hislop. Starts again with Shepherd. Back to Ranieri. This is great play from the West Coast Cobras, just keeping the ball in their possession, running down the clock. Bates tries to turn into 2 Western Devils players. Ranieri. Ball forward for Bates. And that's great cut out by Shilcott and an excellent shot from Melissa Shepherd just left of the post from just under halfway. Hanaway moving forward. Colin back in goal. Shilcott. Ball across from Hanaway to Colin. 1v1 against Hislop. Great pressure from Hislop. Forcing Coughlin to send the ball out. McCartney now back on the court for the West Coast Cobras side. Bates, great vision, that run from Hislop. We're just about to enter stop clock time. Still time for the Western Devils to make up 2, if not 3 goals. Waltman now playing the fly keeper for the Western Devils while they play 5th man. And the shot from Henaway falls to the feet of McCartney. Shot from McCartney blocked by McDowell. Henaway down the line for McDowell. Ball across. Annie Leyland now with a chance to shoot. And she just sends it a little bit short. I think that shot was on target, just a little bit too short of the goal. Shilcott plays Waltman. White to Coughlin. Coughlin back on the court for the Western Devils. Not as fly keeper this time. Continaboli stepping back on the court. McDowell plays Waltman. Shilcott on the left. Little diagonal ball for McDowell. Into the middle for Coughlin. Oh, a little mistouch. Still manages to keep the ball. Hanaway. Oh, and the shot from Continaboli just right of the goal. Coughlin. Hanaway intercepted. Ball from Hanaway intercepted by McCartney, I should say. Only 35 seconds left on this clock. 30 seconds now. Looks like the West Coast Cobras will walk away with the 3 points for this match. As the ball goes out with just 20 seconds remaining. McDowell against Hislop. Another shot from McCartney. Western Devils struggling to keep this ball during their 5th man plays. A lot of shots coming from the West Coast Cobras. It's definitely not what you want when you're playing 5th. You have no fixed goalkeeper in the goals. Hanaway being told by her coach, just play the ball simple. Don't try to go through players. That's what's giving the ball away at this point for them. Letting their 5th man down a little bit. And that is full time. This match of the West Coast Cobras against the Western Devils. West Coast Cobras went into half time down 1-0. Came into full time up 3-1. Goal scorers for the West Coast Cobras: Charlotte Hislop, Lauren Continaboli, Kim McCartney, and goal scorer for the Western Devils, Talia Organ. We will be back in just a moment with another futsal Supa Liga match for you.